Joining me on stage is Jeremy from Sony San Diego. Guns up, buddy.
Guns up. So Guns up, we were proud to announce it on Monday at the press event. It's a free-to-play title. It's available, or going to be available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PS Vita. And you're going to be able to play cross-play, cross-save. So you can pick up where you left off in your PS4 running your Vita, and it's a really fun game. We have it here on the show.
And then so this is that what you described, free-to-play, cross-play. So it rattles off so quickly, but it's such an awesome part of the Sony sort of ecosystem is games that take advantage of. I can play it on here, I can play it there on the go, and it's like persistent progress. I think that we live in a world of magic and wonder, Jeremy. Would you agree?
I agree. People just want things to work, right? So we're trying to enable that as much as possible. All
right, well, let's take a look here at Guns Up. We've got someone, we've got your buddy in the back from Valhalla, is it?
Valkyrie Entertainment.
Valkyrie.
Yes. Great bunch of guys. This sub 10-man team in Seattle, Washington, and they've done a fantastic job with this game.
All right, so seeing it in action, my first impression of it was this is like two tower defense matches kind of facing off against each other. Is that roughly accurate?
Yeah, so I think that's a decent way of putting it. So basically, in the game, it's a side-scrolling action strategy game. So it's very hectic. There's a lot of there's a lot of action. You're going to be playing three main ways. You can first attack another base, which is what we're showing here at E3, and we'll show in a minute. You can also create your own base and defend against other people's attacks. Mm-hmm. And the third way of playing is the challenge mode. So those are custom-tailored missions that you're going to have with that Valkyrie's created, where we can do things like, hey, can you beat this base in under 5 minutes with just riflemen? It's something that organically we were doing within the team. We said, you know what, this is really fun. We need to enable this.
You need to have these one-off challenges, because not only are they sort of fun ways to experiment with specific mechanics in the game and sort of specific ways to attack stuff, but also it teaches you about really how to get deep into the strategy of the game.
Yes. Yeah.
So I guess once you see the game in action, it's going to come up here soon. You get a better sense for how much of it is action and how much is strategy. Where would you kind of place it on that spectrum?
Well, I'm more of an action guy, so I'll give you an answer that someone from Valkyrie may not give you, but for me, I really appreciate the action. If when we jump right into a level here, you'll be able to see that we want to make sure that you constantly have something to do at all times. So when you're deploying troops, when you're using specials, when you're getting pickups, there's always something fun for you to do. You don't ever just have to sit back and kind of
just watch it all play out.
Watch it all
yes,
play out.
my minions, go do
attack,
my bidding.
Destroy.
It's like you got to be on it.
Right. So Beck in the back here is showing the game right now. He's picking a bunch of different units. You have things like riflemen that only cost 50 munitions, or you can maybe pick someone like a sniper. He's 500, 10 times as much. Why would I want to pick a sniper? The sniper is awesome. That's why you want to pick the sniper. It takes guys out from long range. You can line up enemies and take out 3 or 4 guys with one shot. It can be really effective. In addition to deploying guys, you also have the ability to do specials. So maybe, if you try to tear gas back, you can put that over some enemies, and that's going to disorient them. That gives your troops some time to move forward in the front line and take them out while they're still coughing and wheezing. Great, take advantage of them, take them out.
So you've got your little minions that sort of march more or less relentlessly towards the enemy fortifications here, and you're basically choosing which type of troops to spawn there. Correct. At the bottom.
Yep.
And then you've sort of got your cooldown abilities, or is it just like you spend however many usages you have?
Yeah, you get those through the battlefield while you're playing, and so you'll pick them up. They're kind of you get one, use one. You've got an inventory of them. All right now he's about to do a bombing run, which is one of my favorites. Widespread damage. Watch the bodies fly. Come on. Boom. So it's really satisfying to do attacks like
that. Looks like kind of a World War I, World War II aesthetic, or like sort of placement on the timeline of modern military warfare.
It's what you want to make it. We don't delve into the fiction of story. This is about gameplay. This is about player versus player competition. So I think you're going to see some elements that harken to some World War II era. There's also some things that maybe they're a little bit more futuristic World War II. It's really all about the fun rather than trying to be historically accurate in this one.
Yeah. I think that's clear as we see the bodies fly and the tiny little bullets pop up to give you the resources that you need. Well, that decoy was well timed. The rocket barrage just went over towards it. So this is the mode that you were saying in which it's pure assault.
Yes.
You're just heading towards the enemy base, and you can sort of see. I guess the timeline on the top shows you your relative position and how far you have to go.
Yeah, what that's representing is where your troops are in the path, the side-scrolling path from where your troops started to where you need to get to the end base and destroy it. So here, the blue one is you, and the red guys are showing you the enemy troop locations as well as the structures that he's destroying. And of course, Beck is doing some serious damage to the enemy right now, so we're happy to see him succeed.
Paratroopers coming down behind enemy lines.
Yes.
What happens if all your paratroopers get killed and then you run into you get blasted up by the enemy? You fail the mission, you got to start again?
If you run out of resources, you got nothing left, yeah, you're going to have to surrender. But I have confidence that's not going to happen to Beck this time.
I think, yeah, he's set up for success. Looking at the interface, it looks like on the Vita you guys might be just going like straight up touchscreen controls.
I think that's probably
one option.
That's a pretty good observation, and I think in the future we're going to be really excited about showing what we're going to do for each individual thing there's some really cool things we can do on Vita, some really cool things we can do on PS4, and some really cool things on PS3. We want to make sure we take advantage. I mean, this is a Sony published game. We want to make sure that we take advantage of each of the hardware and showcase it to its utmost capabilities.
All right, well, that was one player attacking a fortification of AI, but what if that's my friend's base? Is that a possibility here, like a little head-to-head face-off action?
Actually, that's a great question, and what you actually saw there was another human's base. So we just created a couple bases, and we're having you attack those. So on the opposite side of things, when you create your base, you're gonna have a permanent base, lives in the cloud. That's where everything lives apparently now. And, and you're gonna have
that's where we live. That's where we are right now.
Yeah. I took the blue pill. I don't know. Red, blue, red.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. All right. We should say that here. Anyway, where was I? It was a blue pill, red pill.
These Matrix analogies always derail everybody.
So now you've got enemies attacking your base.
Yeah.
Or friends, for that matter. And you're going to be able to adjust that, upgrade the buildings, and spend those munitions to have the best possible base and showcase like how strong you can be.
So the base, when you say base, it's not like just this sort of end game area that you're working towards. It's this whole linear.
It's the whole mission that you saw
map
play.
Is
right.
your base.
Absolutely.
And so what if what if my buddy takes a shot at my base and he gets repelled and I totally vanquish his troops? What's coming my way for it?
Okay, so we got you covered. So if your buddy comes and attacks your base, you're going to be able to replay, see what you did. If you want to make some tweaks and try to say, hey, you want to try that again, you can do that. If you want to just shortcut revenge, you can do that too. Get him back.
So that's an interesting thing, is the replay, right? And like getting that data back, you really like, you expect people to like get hoping they're gonna get involved and like get really like after action report on this stuff and like, oh no man, those flamethrowers just chewed us up throughout the whole mid area. Right. We got to get some long range bombardment in there.
I mean, everyone's going to have their own style. I think, for me, if someone attacks my base, I got maybe a chip on my shoulder. I'm coming after you, And I think there's some other people that think that way.
It's a little pop-up notification like, you totally got beat by this guy.
Are you going to tolerate that? If someone attacked your base, would you sit there and take it?
I don't know,
I
man.
wouldn't take it.
I would irk me. I think I would be very well irked by that. So cross-platform and cross-save means, my buddy who's playing it on this train ride in on the morning, I'm sitting down on my PS4 at night, we can have that back and forth.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you can play on Vita, I can play on PS4. Whatever platform is going to work for you, we want to make sure that just is as seamless as possible.
All right, so this game is free to play.
Yes.
So this, of course, begs the question, or prompts the question, can I put a little money into it? Can I soup up my base with, buying some extra stuff to like try to get an edge or employ some different strategies?
Well, that's a great question. And, obviously we hope some people decide to help support the game and spend a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But if you never spend a dime, you're going to be able to play the entirety of the game. You're not going to be at a competitive disadvantage. We think that's really important, that we don't have a pay-to-win system. But if you do spend money, you are going to be able to have shortcuts to better units faster than you would if you were just grinding away. You're going to be able to have more customization options. So if you want to make sure your banner and your faction looks a particular way, you'll have more of those abilities if you help support the game.
And how divergent are you guys going with this customization? I mean, can I march my clown army into the, you know, businessman central with the different skins for my troops, or are you sticking pretty close to this sort of general aesthetic?
Well, let me ask you, can we use that idea? Because I happen to really like that idea.
I'd be happy to sign that away to you
Okay.
for a low, not zero price. No.
Okay.
Yes, that was for free, just for coming on here
Yeah.
and showing off Guns Up and not making me yell it every time.
I will get a clown face in there if I have to. I'll try.
I trust you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
I trust that you will let me do clown warfare.
Do what I can.
So, you know, this sort of, these games like this, always tower defense games, and these kind of have a puzzle element to them, right? You've got the relationship of different, you know, guns to different, you know, effectiveness. It's not just a linear sort of ramp up to from like, you know, the Tommy gun to the bazooka. Stuff has different strengths and weaknesses. How's the balance been for you guys to sort of get it set and make sure that stuff isn't too overpowered or stuff works out all right?
That's a great question. So I think what's done is, you know, we try to make some best guesses at the beginning, but in reality, the only way to really tell is to have people play the game. So one of the things we're doing for E3 demo, and we're really excited about, is after you play through the game, you have the ability to sign up via either your email address or PSN ID. We're gonna take that contact information, and we're gonna be able to send invites out for people for alphas and betas. And by that, you're going to help make the game better. So those balancing issues you talk about, when we find out that, hey, rocket launchers are too powerful, we'll have ability to adjust that based on what real users are doing.
And that's been a theme, I think, here with a lot of games, sort of entering betas that are actively, you know, getting some data back and helping balance, more so than the beta that's just like a demo.
Or a marketing beta.
Yeah. Is that the term?
I'm not a big fan of marketing betas. This is going to be a real beta. This is going to be a beta about making sure that the game is going to be better for everyone because of real-world user experiences.
All right. So if people want to sign up again, it's just where do they go to give you that information and hopefully get on the beta list?
I appreciate you asking. So right now you can see what it looks like in-game, the sign-up screen. You can also go to www.gunsupgame.com. We've got a sign-up sheet right there, and you can, you know, hopefully get picked and be able to help us make a better game.
All right, Jeremy. And then release date for Guns Up across all 3 platforms?
This year.
2014. Sometime.
I didn't say calendar year, but maybe calendar year, maybe fiscal year.
Fiscal year?
Maybe calendar year, maybe fiscal year. I guess stay tuned, and we'll be happy to tell you.
All right,
later.
Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Showing
you.
off some Guns Up, folks, if you want to get in on that. Jeremy gave you the details. We're going to go now.